Happy Monday, CRE101 students. This is your instructor, Mary Ellen Ornberger, and I wanted to take a moment to address some of the things that were asked about in the syllabus, but also give you some quick updates about this week's module and how the course is managed. So the first thing I want to bring to your attention is that I shared with each of you through your Maricopa Gmail, so your MEID at maricopa.edu, I shared with each of you a Google folder. They look like this in my drive. There are two sections. So if you are in section 12287, your folder lives in here. If you are in section 12286, your Google folder lives in here. So I'm just going to open this and show you that each of you have a folder for your work. So when you submit an assignment online, the assignment also needs to appear in this Google folder. Some of you have already done this. Bravo, thank you. The rest of you, I need you to put at minimum your celebrity deep dive paper in these folders, and then moving forward as you write other assignments, the work needs to stay in this folder. It gives me the opportunity to look at your version history, make sure that I'm not seeing any cutting and pasting from large language models like ChatGPT or Humanize AI. And then it also allows me access, so if we ever do need to meet, I can look at that work and see what we're working with here if you're struggling on some assignments or if you are struggling to understand what's being asked of you. Okay, so just remember, go to your Maricopa Gmail if you haven't yet. When you do so, you will see that I have shared a folder with you, and depending on the section, you are in one of these. Okay, so that is taken care of. This week, we're diving into kind of values and believing how our values and how our ethics play a role in making decisions. So you'll think a lot about the word assumption, right? And how our assumptions and our values and our beliefs inform not only some of the decision-making aspects of our lives, but also how they show up in some opinions and some statements and arguments that people will make. So it's connected to week's one work because week one I asked you to do some work around self-context questions, thinking about, the big questions like, do I view the world as black and white, or do I sit in the gray? How your family or your aesthetics or your beliefs or your experiences have helped shape and inform the person you have become. So now we're taking that a little step forward and going more into values, ethics, assumptions, decision making, and arguments. So you will have some readings to do, which of course are always on the web readings and resources. You have this little values and ethics defined video, checking your knowledge about assumptions, and watching this little short film called Rat Race. All of this to say that when you get to the apply section of this week, you will decide on a spoof ad and you'll actually practice doing what I am doing right now, which is making a screen panel video to share in the discussion board. Notice that you have 3 questions to answer about the spoof ad. The only one you cannot choose is the one I use in my example. I believe it is the Coke ad where it's in the ocean and there's Coca-Cola and a bunch of debris. Watch the video and you'll know. And then, of course, we're going to respond to classmates. So that is one of the assignments this week. The other assignment gets you into taking a position on a controversy. You will use the first Chandler Gilbert library database. You will complete this reflective journal and then make a copy and put it in your Maricopa Gmail folder I shared with you, and then also upload the assignment. The last thing I want to say is just a little bit about what you guys were talking about. Some of you shared in your syllabus question when I said, how can I, as an instructor, help you be successful in this course? So I'm listening, right? I'm reading, and I responded to some of you in your submissions to your syllabus quiz. I want to remind you of two things. One is that I use rubrics. I use them quite a bit. They are typically detailed. And if you miss points, I will either leave you verbal feedback on missing those points, or I will leave you written feedback in why you missed those points. If it is not enough feedback, if you need more, what you need to do is always email me and just ask. I am forever happy to go back to that assignment, reread it, see if I missed something, provide you with more feedback. So that is what I'm hoping you'll see as I start uh, grading your first written assignment, that celebrity deep dive. The other thing is that I'm here. I'm a real person. I work full time at Chandler Gilbert, online almost every day. So if you ever need anything, just shoot me an email. I am very responsive. And that's it, right? For now, I've already been talking for over 6 minutes. So hopefully you get to the end of this. And if you need anything, let me know. I'll follow up with an email just in case you don't want to watch this. Have a great day.